行くぞ。
そうだね、アクア。
So by this point in the season, there's no more reason to be talking about how 𝐒𝐻𝐚𝐧𝐬𝐭 is fantastic, how 𝐒𝐻𝐚𝐧𝐬𝐭 is great. Not quite masterpiece level, at least for me personally, but it definitely is like very close and very high up there. At the end of the day, I would say that for me, this doesn't like kind of like scale to a 9 or a 10. And, you know, for reference, maybe an anime like that, to me personally, would be like Horimiya or My Dress Up Darling or Mushoku Tensei. I would put those at like 9 or 10, probably all at 9s. I don't think I've actually said, okay, this anime is like legitly a 10 out of 10 in quite a while. I think like, you know, I reserve the 10 out of 10s for like just like a couple of, you know, a few different animes. And if you want to check what I've given a 10 out of 10, you can check my anime list. I have my link in the description. I haven't updated it for this season yet, but at least it's updated for the most part. So if you want to check what kind of crazy ass ratings I've given, you guys go check that if you're interested in like ratings and stuff like that. So regardless, you know, I would say easily, you know, 8.5, really high 8 out of 10 for Oshi no Ko overall. And like basically it can do almost no wrong. So last week's episode ended with Akane taking the plunge, about to jump off the bridge, and Aqua saving her. And I think, you know, one of the things that we're all wondering is, what's Aqua going to do from here, right? Is he going to take responsibility for her? Is, you know, she's his problem now. You know, that's kind of how, and it's weird to say, but even like real life, right? If you have these two people, and maybe there might be like just like a chance of like a love interest or like a little spark or anything, and you put these two folks into a dire situation, into a life-threatening situation, or into like a serious life situation like this one was, there are chances that now this can be like, you know, a love thing. And in this case, because it was so drastic of a thing, like Akane attempting to take her own life and Aqua saving her, like, bro, like that's your girl now. You gotta take responsibility for her. That's pretty much just how that scenario plays out. Whether he wants to or not, that's the choice that he made. That's the bed that he made. Now he's got to sleep in it. And Akane is full force in this. Now I'm gonna skip over most of everything that happened and go to the end where Akane made a decision at the end to come back to the show, as you guys saw, and she was like, okay, I'm gonna try and be the girl for Aqua, and that is on, it seems like on and off screen in this show. And he, you know, the girls asked him, you know, Mem and the other girl asked him, you know, like, hey, what's your ideal girl? And he goes down like that. And he basically describes Mem catches onto it pretty quick. And she's like, oh, I think you're talking about like from like 𝐵 all these years ago. And he takes, you know, Akane takes that information and she runs with it. And she does mad research. I mean, like, this girl gets like obsessive about all the things that I offers. Earlier in the episode from Kana, we find out that Akane, you know, she definitely has some chops. There's a reason that she was on this reality show. There was a reason that she was chosen to be here among other, you know, prolific actors and YouTubers and musicians. The reason she was chosen to be on this show is because she's prolific in the theater scene, much like Broadway and those scenes over there. She's like one of the prolific young actresses in the theater scene in Japan. And that's why she was chosen to come onto this show. It's like she is like she has some serious chops, and Kana makes that, you know, kind of like evident, and kind of makes that description towards Aqua. He's like, yo, if you didn't know, you gotta learn. Like she's like a formidable foe in my world that I'm trying to live in, and that then translates into her obsessiveness into this character. It seems like this is probably how she obsessed about other characters. I'm talking about from mannerisms, the way she walks, the way she talks, the way she moves her body, the half steps, quarter steps, full steps, low strides, high strides, cheekbones, eyes. She notices that everything is in the eyes. We also learned that those little like stars that they have in their eyes they're not actually like a feature like your iris or anything. They're actually just something that's like stars in your eye. They're meant to be more of an homage or a metaphor than an actual star thing. But she learns this all about her eyes. She even learns the specifics, just being obsessive about all the mannerisms and the way that I was conducting herself on set, off set, singing, all this. She even picks up that she had signs of a kid who had sex during puberty. And then she later picks up that at the age of 15, something changed in her, that she conducted herself differently, more happy, which is, basically the birth of Aqua and Ruby, very shortly after. So she picks up on all these mannerisms. And when she comes back to the set, she tells Aqua, she was like, hey, Aqua, blah, blah, blah. She's like, oh, we have such a blah, blah. So she basically, acts as I. This takes Aqua aback. So we didn't quite see his full reaction. So I wrote down, is he going to be turned on? Is he going to be turned off? Is he going to be creeped out? Is he going to be angry? Is he going to be mad? How is he going to react to Akane now fulfilling this role for him? And when I say for him, I mean literally for him. Like, how is he going to react to, her new persona that she's decided to take on? Now, I think her taking on this persona is going to be very beneficial for her, especially for this reality show, but it's about to get effing real in here. Because again, she has these serious acting chops, and she can really embody a person and a persona. So it's going to be quite interesting. Rest of the episode, I can really just summarize it as Aqua's redemption arc for Akane, working with the group, putting out a big little video, a little tribute that showed a different side of Akane, that showed what the show didn't show, which is the show's curating this character for them. Here's actually what's going on set. Like, they put this out on Twitter, Mem takes it, and they get tons of retweets and likes and views and everything. So it just painted Akane in a more appealing aspect as opposed to what the show was doing. And the way Aqua did it was, he got footage from everybody on this set, and then he also got footage from the director on the set too, because he basically threatened him and he's like, hey, you're an old man, you're dealing with kids, you're supposed to be protecting kids, but instead you push this one kid to this point because of the decisions you made to get likes and views on your show, to get watch time on your show. So he was able to kind of convince him in a specific light as well. My one issue with everything was just, when Aqua and Akane originally get caught on the bridge during the typhoon, Aqua made the decision to take her to the police station. I thought that was a very, very poor decision, very poor taste. As you guys know, police for the most part around the world are similar. You're the last people you want involved in your life situation, especially your life situation that's very complicated, is the police, right? Like, you just don't want them involved. And I thought that was a very poor choice from Aqua. He could have easily said, hey, we were meeting on a date, or my girlfriend needed to see me. He could have made up 100 different scenarios on why they were there in the bridge in the typhoon. There was cars driving, so it's not like, people weren't out. He could have said, we're going home, or he could have made up 1,000 different specific reasons, and he could have taken her to his house. He could have gone with her to her home. He could have gone anywhere else but the police station. I think that was a very, very poor taste in him. But let me know what you guys thought about episode 7. Let me know what you think about my thoughts. Let me know what you think about the events. Let me know what you think about Akane's new role as this, faux eye. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments. And of course, if you have nothing to say, drop me an emoji just so you can interact with it. And YouTube says, hey, this video, this guy, people be liking his stuff, so I would appreciate it. All right, my friends, I'm gonna see you guys next week, next Wednesday, for episode 8 of 𝐒𝐻𝐻𝐸. All right, peace.